Good evening and welcome to Trading Photos. My name is Couleur, otherwise known as Bojangles, and today we are going to discuss this wonderful book called Colorful Dreams of Haiti, which depicts the Haitian culture from the perspective of our guest today, Monsieur Frantz Michaud. Welcome to the show, sir. How are you today? Bienvenue. Bon après-midi.
Bon après-midi.
Okay. So I have been looking through the book, and personally I think it depicts Haiti and the Haitian culture in a way we've never seen before, because first of all it has a lot of pictures and it's bilingual. It's written in both English and French. It gives us an idea of what is currently taking place in Haiti through your powerful lens, being the photographer, and it also allows us to get a professional perspective from your co-author, Dr. Jean Rêver de Leonidas,
who was with us, in Haiti too.
Okay, so tell us a bit about yourself, please.
My name is Frantz Michaud, and I'm a professional photographer. I shoot a lot of fashion, I shoot celebrity, and I shoot tabletop. I could say that I'm a commercial photographer.
What motivated you to work on this book?
Okay.
Colorful Dreams of Haiti. What was your motivation?
It was an opportunity for me to show the world the outer side of Haiti.
Okay.
Because it seemed like they depict Haiti in the sense of I don't like the way they depict it, understand?
Okay.
So I know that my country very good. I might sit down and try to convince you, for 2 years. If I don't bring you the picture,
yes,
you understand, it will be very, very difficult to say, oh no, that's his country, and then it seems like I don't think so.
So let me ask you, just what do you think? What comes to mind when you think of some misconception of Haiti and the Haitian people? What comes to mind?
It started a long time ago. I could tell you that the bottom line is it seemed like by the time we took the independence, and it seemed like a lot of people they had a slave. You got to understand that is a bad thing.
Okay.
You understand? It's a bad thing.
Okay.
So that means we condemn from right there.
Okay.
And it wasn't recognized by United States until 1865.
And when did Haiti actually gain independence?
It was 1804.
1804.
Yeah,
so
1804.
it took some time to be recognized by America.
Yes, it took some time.
Okay.
And we had to pay the French too.
You had to pay the French?
We had to pay them
for
100 years.
Okay, okay. All right. What do you think of the Haitian economy coming up to the present? Do you think it has improved under the new leadership? What is it about the art and the artists? Do you think they are recognized worldwide? Do you think they're adequately expressing what's going on in the country right now?
Yes.
Okay.
They did. But what's happened is, it seems like, a lot of artists, who are depicting, things is going on in Haiti, those tableaux, I would like to see more of them, outside the country too.
Okay.
They could show the world.
Okay.
What it is.
So they're more localized, and you have taken this task on yourself to bring
by
it
myself,
to the world.
by myself, because you got to understand that I've been a photographer for quite some time, and then I'm in international organization. I publish outside, you understand. So that means I saw myself.
Right.
What could I do? You understand?
Yeah.
Because of you got to understand that when you take a picture and you put words right there, it's very powerful.
Okay.
You understand? Because the picture will not light.
I understand that you have traveled extensively.
A lot.
What are some of the countries that you visited?
I visit France, Germany, Liechtenstein, Monaco. I visit, England. I visit, Italy. I visit, Germany. I was, in Japan, and I went to Singapore.
Okay, so prior to you undertaking this book, do you think that the Asian arts and culture was adequately expressed on this international scene?
No.
Okay.
No.
And since then, since the release of this book, do you think there has been a change?
I could not, I didn't follow it, to see that, if they got, sometimes, this change is very silent.
Okay.
You understand? Because you got to understand that I choose carefully to give it to the museum, to the library of each of those countries.
Okay, so since the release of your book, can you give us an idea of how many countries, libraries that the book can now be found in?
Oh, this is, I could tell you that is 156, countries. So that means, it seems like, is only United Nations got probably around 192 countries, but we are in 156. So you could say that only 30 countries doesn't get our book.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
so
it's all over.
It's all over.
All over.
Good. The book is co-authored by Jean. Tell us a bit about. I understand he's a doctor of endocrinology.
Yes. He was a doctor, and he's still a doctor, but he doesn't practice it.
He's retired.
Yes, but this guy, to start it, it seemed like he used to write, sometimes an article, in what you would call in a newspaper.
Okay.
And as he was, a doctor, and then when this thing start, with the consulate, and then he was friendly, with one artist.
Okay.
And then we went together in Haiti, so he witnessed, everything. I document, he witnessed it. And then, it seemed like, when I came back, that year, I start, to show, I put, 100 pages.
Okay.
In, I put, what you call, a type of lie in each picture.
Okay.
To say that where they are.
And
then,
go ahead.
I start, show it, with, some veterans, artists, Haitian artists who are here.
Yes.
And they were flabbergasted, tell me that, this thing never happened in Haiti, to the picture.
Okay.
And they said, probably some other friend, tell them, but they didn't want to believe that. And I tell myself, I got something in my hand.
Okay.
I know that, I got something, but sometimes you got to test it.
So tell our audience how long it took you and Dr. Leonidas to put this book together.
It took, at least 10 years.
At least 10 years.
Yeah,
when did you begin?
We began, in 1999.
1999.
Yes.
Now, an important...
The book, it published, 2009. You could say that. So that you wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
In the first page, I think, you can see that, when the first picture was taken and why it was taken, right there. So you could,
And the majority of pictures, I must tell the listening audience that this book consists of a lot of pictures depicting Haitian artists, both male and female. Tell to the listening audience how it came about that these artists were contracted to do the work for this book.
So what's happened is, the consulate, is a guy, she's a lady, who loved Michaud. She was a consul, and then she loved art.
Okay.
So she invited them, in the consulate, for a first reunion.
Where's the consulate? Which consulate?
It was, at Madison Avenue. First.
Madison Avenue.
Madison Avenue. Close to, Foley Street. Foley First, Foley Street.
Okay.
So that where it was.
So all these artists were living here, and they all got together at the consulate on Madison Avenue.
And then that you can see one photo is all the artists who was right there.
Okay.
In one photo.
Yes, I saw the photo.
So and then the consul travel in Haiti.
Okay.
And then to make the arrangement to see that how we could do an exhibit in Haiti.
Okay.
So as a matter of fact, there was one guy right here, Rampono, which is I was associated with in the work. And then they say, "Oh my goodness, we've been looking for this guy. We think, this guy was dying." You say, "No, no, 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 no. He's not dying. You could see it right there."
Okay,
you understand?
okay.
So that means, the guy engaged, right there to do the exhibit.
Okay.
But they got to get, hotel minister involved in it.
Okay.
So it seemed like, they set up, one exhibit in the consulate, and they invite, the director of the museum in Haiti.
Okay.
The Pantheon.
Okay. Okay.
They call it.
The Pantheon.
Yes. So he came right here. The exhibit, start, at January 2nd, and he see it, he like it, and then we know that we were going to Haiti.
Okay.
But March 7th,
March 7th.
they do another exhibit.
Okay.
They call it La Peinture au Féminin.
Okay.
It's only for women.
Only for a woman.
You saw a picture right there, inside,
Yes,
right there,
yes,
right?
yes.
So this is the second one. And then, they set up, for us to go to Haiti, in May.
Okay.
That's when, we went to Haiti.
What year was this again?
It was,
1990?
2000. He start, okay. He start.
1999.
1999.
Yeah.
But the first photo, I took, it was 1998.
Okay.
The first photo, reunited everywhere. So in 1999, that's when, we went to Haiti.
Okay.
In May.
Okay, May 1999.
1999.
Okay.
We went to Haiti.
Right.
So I tell myself that, we're going to do a book. I presented, those photographs, to, I choose, at least 100.
Right.
I presented, to the consulate, I show her that. She said, "Oh my goodness, this is great." And she said, "What do you want to do?" I said that I want to do a book. She said that I got somebody, is a writer, and then, it seemed like, he could help. And then they call Dr. Inlas right there.
Okay.
Dr. Inlas make an appointment with me.
Right.
And then you got to understand that it was only 100 pages with photo I choose, with a line under them. All those, idea come from, from one place to another place with the photograph.
I'm wondering if we could get any of these pictures.
You could, yeah, you could.
Can I hold the book up? Maybe you think it would be seen? Picture of Simon Bolivar?
Yes.
Okay. How important was he in Haiti?
Oh, Simon Bolivar, was, I could see that revolutionary, and then you got to understand that, we just got our independence.
Right.
So he come for the help because of, he was, wanted, in Venezuela.
Okay.
You understand? So, he came to Haiti and then he got help. He got help 2 times.
Okay. We were also, don't want to stray from the book, but I remember us discussing the Haitian Revolution with Toussaint Louverture, Bookman. Are these people remembered in Haiti by
yes. Oh my goodness, those guys, Bookman.
Yeah.
That this guy, it seemed like, the Sherry Bushman, I think the Sherry Bushman, more than, the Jamaican Sherry Bushman. Because a lot of Jamaicans, they don't know about him. They don't know about him.
Yeah.
But, we cherish him a lot because, he gave his life, for our independence.
Let me ask you a question. In terms of the Haitian population, as it stands right now, what are the ethnic group or various races that can be found in Haiti currently?
Okay, currently, it seems like a melting pot.
Like a melting pot?
Yes, it's a melting pot. Why I tell you the melting pot? It seems like, our forefather make sure. It seems like, it got to be a melting pot.
Yes, okay.
You understand? They make sure. They put a foundation, right there.
Yeah.
But, they got, some little bit problem, sometimes a little bit problem.
Right.
But, it seems like, all of them are Haitian.
Okay. There is one quotation in the book that really attracted my attention, and I wanted to ask you about it. Could you explain to me, please, what you meant by Haiti, as artistically depicted by her sons and daughters, is a capital of drum beats which move in secular rhythms within our consciences.
Okay, so what's happened is, you know, it seemed like, you know, when the African, you know, they brought them to Haiti, it seemed like, you know, there wasn't, you know, they didn't like that much, you know, they reunited together.
Okay.
When they said this is that, you know, I mean, very scary for them. So when they reunited together, you know, they beat the drum. And the drum is like, you know, the drum put them together.
Okay.
You understand?
Right.
He put them together, he make them, you know, a little bit happy, you know, for the few hours, you know, they could do that.
So that's the beginning. All of them could identify with the drum beat.
Yes, because you know, got to understand that they are African. You know, in Africa, that's what's happening.
Yes, yes.
When you beat the drum, you know, sometimes, you know, the drum is, I will say that it speak an international language.
Yes, yes.
You understand?
Yes, for real.
So that's what, you know, we got, you know, that, you know, we got that phrase, you know, right there.
And there was something else I read in the book. Haiti used to be called the Pearl of the Antilles due to its riches and agriculture. Is there oil in Haiti? Gold?
There was a lot. But no, okay, no, wait, let's start right there.
Yeah.
Now, you got to understand. They discovered more right now.
They discovered more right now.
But the problem is who they gonna give it. Because they burn many times.
Okay.
When I say they give it, what country they gonna, you know, make a deal, you know, with? Because we burn, you know, many times. Now, if you go back, you know, when they Pearl des Antilles, it seems like, you know, if we take a very, very good look, and then, you know, is on the record, which is, you know, it seemed like, you know, Haiti was like a garden.
Okay.
You understand? I mean, the land very fertile.
Very fertile.
And then, you know, it seemed like, you know, there was, you know, we grow things, and they bring them, you know, they bring them to you, especially in France.
If you were to take pictures of Haiti after the recent earthquake, in one word or in a nutshell, how would you describe what we, the viewers, would be seeing?
You know something? I will tell you that, you know, as a photographer, this thing so much, you know, shrink my heart.
Okay.
I don't think at that time I will be able to take a picture at that time.
Okay.
As a Haitian. You
As a Haitian.
Too much suffering.
Too much suffering.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, and then I think that I see a lot of photographers. I mean, good photographer, French, English, you understand, American photographer, they did a good job.
Okay.
You understand, to show, you know, what probably I will want to show the outside.
Okay. Okay.
But probably I will not be able at that time, you know,
at that time to
no,
do it.
No.
Okay, it was too gut-wrenching.
It was too much, yes.
Yeah. Okay. What kind of personal recognition have you obtained from this book?
Okay, so, you know, the idea was, you know, to share, because when I took the picture, when I see those pictures, I know that, you know, when you put word right there, it can be an explosive.
Okay.
And then what my idea, the book I want to do, I tell myself, I got to share it, you know, with all the world.
Okay.
That's where the idea come from.
Okay.
They don't pay for it.
Okay.
You understand? They don't pay for it. It come from me.
Okay.
But, you know, what I did is, you know, it seems now you got to understand that, you know, it's very expensive, you know, to bring that book, you know, all over there. I mean, if you want to bring it to France, you know, I mean, you know, with, you know, Federal Express, it will cost you probably $150. Okay. So that means I had to make a deal with each consulate or mission. You understand? All of them got mission. UN, they got, you know, Jamaica got, you know, Jamaican mission, you know, to the UN. You understand? I mean, every country got it. So I make a deal, you know, with them. Okay. And then they bought it for me. You understand? With a lot of, you know, what you call, you know, a lot of, you know, the internet, you know, we exchange, you know, idea a lot. You understand? I asked them that, you know, it was a lot. Okay. It take me at least probably from 2009 into that. Now, around, I could say that, you know, around 6 years.
Okay.
You understand? Okay. For that, you know, to go to all those countries.
Right. off the top of your head, if you were to choose, say, 2 of the artists that have been influential in the promotion of Haitian art and culture, which 2 comes to mind?
Got a lot. You put me in the spot, you know, right there. I got a lot of.
Can you imagine? I could be seeing this as, oh,
now you understand? Yes. One thing I could say that, you know, they got a lot of them.
Yes.
You understand? A lot of them, they are very good, and you could see in the book, you know. I mean, you know, they are very, very good.
Well, maybe if I call the names, nobody will be offended, because I looked through, there was Eric Giraud.
Yeah.
Popular internationally as a master impressionist. There was Yaline Legrand. Former banker, studied anatomy and ended up teaching art. There was a next older gentleman, I can't remember his name. He's somewhere in the frontier. I think he had a relative who was in the French Revolution and the World War II. You don't care to elaborate on that too? Okay. Are you involved in the Haitian community? I understand you live in Queens, New York.
I could not do that without not involved, you know, with them.
Okay, and anybody you want to give credit to right off the top?
Oh, my partner, Dr. Leonidas.
Okay.
When I said, I mean, you know, when we meet,
yes,
sometimes we spend 10 hours together. Exactly. And then, you know, he locked the door. I went right there, you know, in his library. We sit down right there. Sometimes the wife come, you know, knock the door, and then he talk to the wife, and then we continue, because you got to understand that he was a doctor.
Okay.
He was a teacher, teaching medicine, and then he had his own clinic. Think about that.
Yes.
I mean, you know,
brilliant.
Yeah. Brilliant. So when we meet, you understand, we had to discuss, you know, I mean, you know, I tell him, you know, whatever I got right there, why I want to do the book. I mean, you know, what's happened. You understand? So, you know, it seemed like, you know, I could tell you that, you know, I could not get a book like that without him. Because what's happened is, when we meet together, we like 2 kids. I mean, you know, we talk so much, and then we not hungry, we don't want to eat. You understand what's happened? So, because I foreseen what going to happen, and it's happening. You understand? That's what you got in your hand. That is happening. But it was very difficult. It wasn't, I will not lie to you, it wasn't easy, you know, to do that. You know, a lot of, you know, I mean, you know, a lot of pain, you understand? But, you know, I brought it out. At least, you know, I showed the world, you know, the other side of Haiti.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Every country is like that, you know, you got the bad side, you got the good side. But,
for real,
they decide to show, you know, our bad side all the time.
Okay.
So
you're exposing the good side.
Yes. See, this is another side, and I got proof. For it. It's not something I imagine.
Yes.
You understand?
Because you can show it.
Exactly.
In the pictures.
I could show it in the pictures.
Yes. I've worked extensively with Haitian, you know, people. I played soccer back in the days.
Yeah, they love soccer.
As a matter of fact, I just saw some of them like 2 Sundays ago playing ball in Queens, and they're in my age group, but they're still playing. You know what I'm saying? Very resilient people. Love soccer. I remember early days we used to play over by Brooklyn College.
Yes.
In Brooklyn.
Yes.
And the Haitian people were so supportive of soccer. And they were all culturally dressed, nice.
They love that. They love it.
Would you say that the Haitian population, let's just say in New York, would you say they're a closely knit community?
Yes and no. I mean, you know, how you say that, you know, if the Haitian, you know, come together like that, you got a problem. You know why?
Yes.
I will tell you that. There was a time, you understand, they accused them, you know, they bought Sida right here.
Cigarettes?
Sida.
Sida?
Yes.
What
Sida.
is that? Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Okay, Sida is AIDS. That's why they call it in French. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
French, yes. So you know what they did?
Yeah.
They put together, they closed Brooklyn Bridge. The bridge was shaking.
The bridge
was shaking, yes. With one demonstration. Because, you know, it seemed like, you know, they feel like, you know, it's not right.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
So that's what, you know, I tell you.
Okay.
Pray they don't get together.
All right.
Because when they get together,
Yes.
I could tell you that, you know, I find myself, when I was doing the book, each of them got something to contribute, you know, right there.
Okay.
Because I had to meet all of them. I mean,
Right.
sometimes I meet them in a group, sometimes I meet them, you know, by themselves.
Okay.
You understand? And then I talk to them. I could tell you that, you know, I tell myself, oh my goodness, this is a big richness.
Okay.
You understand? But, you know, it seems like, you know, as, you know, people travel and then you could see that they got different ideas. You understand about, you know, some of them will do, you know, what impressionist, some of them will do expressionist, some of them, you know, will do. And then, you know, a little bit, you know, I mean, you know, I used to say that my is better, my is better, my is better. You understand what I mean? So that's why I'm very careful, you know, to say that, you know, I like this or I like that. You understand? Because I could let, you know, somebody say it, but I just did a book. You understand what I mean? It's not fair for the other one, you understand, to say, you know, to say that.
Is it fair to say that the majority of Haitians are involved in the arts, in sports?
Oh my goodness. I could not believe, you know, I mean, when I went to Haiti,
Yes.
to see that, you know, how many artists, you know, we got there. I cannot even count them. You understand? You cannot even count them.
Yeah.
I mean, they go to all the discipline in art.
Okay.
You understand? So that means, you know, they got a lot of them, and they love soccer. You understand?
Yeah,
They love soccer so
soccer. Haitians used to play a lot. As a matter of fact, growing up, Haiti had one of the strongest soccer teams in the
one
Caribbean.
story, you know, I will tell you one story.
Yeah.
It seems like, you know, they love, you know, Brazil, you know, team
Brazil,
so much.
yes.
They love Brazil, especially Pele.
Pele.
You understand?
Yes,
But they love all the team.
Yeah.
And can you imagine that, you know, if you got a war in Haiti, if they got, you know, a match, football match, and I mean, Brazil gonna play, forget it. They're not going.
No fighting.
No fighting at that day. You know, that's how, you know, they bring, you know, that's how they bring, you know, Brazil a peacemaker in Haiti.
I find them most passionate about soccer. They love it.
Yes, they love it. I mean, I don't know. I used to play a lot of soccer too. You understand? You go up and then, you know, you see, you know what's happened. I could tell you that, you know, where, I mean, this thing a little bit come from. They see, you know, they see all the team, European team, all the team.
Yeah.
But when they see the Brazil team, they see a lot of black on it. At that time, you know, I mean, I was growing up. Pele was number one all over the world, and then they said, "Wait a minute, wait a minute, this is the same color." You understand what I mean? So they got a love for that. I mean, you know, they will not. I mean, if Haitian was playing with Brazil, and Pele was right there, they will be psychologically whom I got to support. If I support, you know, my country, or I support, they love Brazil so much.
Yeah, so much.
You understand? They love it so much.
Tell us something about Haitian food, because I think that's still a part of the culture.
Yes, you know.
I must say, I used to drink a lot of akasan, and now I eat a lot of the mangoes.
You see, you know, when they do a gala for us. Gala is a type of extravagant thing. You understand? You saw it, you know, there with, you know, I mean, is one page, and then I put it very, very big.
Okay.
So, you know, now let's come back, you know, to the food. So that's what I present to the world.
Yes.
I mean, you know, it seems like, you know, they've been showing, you know, a lot of, you know, what you call, you know, people, you know, capsize in the boat. I don't got no problem with that, you know, to show it. But at least, you know, when you show it 100 times, at least one time give the other side.
Because, I mean, at my age, I cannot remember ever seeing an article or, well, not say just positive. I can't remember ever seeing any information or any pictures on Haitian agriculture, the kind of food that comes there. You know what I'm saying? I've heard Haitian music. I like it. It's somewhat similar to what you would hear someplace in the Caribbean. I guess you could call it close to maybe Mento, you know, that kind of beat. But I realize now from looking through this book that I personally do not know that much about the Haitian culture in
Yes.
terms of the food and the,
Yes.
the daily lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
The Haitian, you know, I mean, you know, what you call, you know, the food is a type of melting pot again.
Yes.
One part you could say that, you know, the French, a lot of French, because you see something, you know, that there when they were doing, you know, a type of breakfast for us, you could
Yes.
say that, you know, is a type of, you know, background French.
Because the French at one time
Yes.
controlled Haiti.
Yes, they control Haiti, and then, you know, a lot of, you know, there used to be a time, you know, a lot of, you know, family who are, you know, well-to-do, and then they send, you know,
Families.
they send, you know, mostly ladies.
Oh,
They send them, you know, to
okay.
study culinary in French. You understand culinary?
No.
To study, you know, I mean, you know, how to do food.
Okay, culinary art.
Culinary, yeah,
Culinary
yes,
art.
culinary art.
Okay.
So they brought back, you know, those things, you know, in Haiti,
Okay.
and then, you know, you got, you know, a lot of, you know, what you call African, you know, doing. They
Yes,
mix it, you know,
the
with
mix,
that. They got,
right.
you know, a lot of part European, Italian, you understand? Because I could tell you that they were in Haiti. The Italian, yes,
okay,
they were
Italians,
in
the
Haiti. The
French,
Italian, the
the
French,
English.
the English, you
Okay.
understand, was right there.
Okay.
And after the independence, you know, we did something. I don't know if you see it right there. We make sure, you know, we leave, you know, a lot of, we spare, you know, a lot of Polish.
A lot of
Polish.
Polish.
You didn't know that. It's on the book.
Polish people?
Yeah, you know why?
Yeah.
Because what's happened is, you know, by I could say by 1800, you know, Napoleon he lost Haiti by 1800. But he was going to do, you know, something, you know, I mean, to take it back.
Right.
In a sense, because out there, it's Napoleon.
Yes,
Out there, you know,
Great
you want your
Napoleon.
independence.
Right.
So, I mean, you know, in 1802, they make a type of, you know, flotilla with about 25,000 people.
Okay.
He sent his brother-in-law at the head.
Okay.
And there was a lot of Polish in them too.
Okay.
There was Italian, you know, but there was a lot of Polish.
Okay.
So those Polish, you know, they make it, it seems like, you know, they already deal, you know, with Napoleon. If they retake the country, they are to be compensated. You understand? So, you know, when they came, you know, at there, and then they lost. When they lost, but our head of state, you know, at that time, see those people as a victim.
Okay.
And then they asked them, if you want to take Haitian nationality, we will give you the land. A lot of them take it. Until right now, they are in Haiti.
Okay.
The Polish.
So if they agreed to be Haitian
Haitian,
nationals, then
not
they
there.
could come, they could get land.
No, it's not they could come. They already are
They were
there because, you know,
already there.
they were
Okay,
soldiers.
okay.
Soldiers, you know, for
Okay,
first.
okay,
You understand?
okay.
So, you know, it seemed like, you know, and they were, you know, peasant too.
Okay,
You understand? People
okay.
who familiar with the land, you
Right,
understand?
right.
They familiar with the land, and then they, you know, the Haitian, you know, think, oh, wait a minute, they could, you know, help, you know, a little bit, you know, with
Yes.
that, and then, you know, they give them land.
Okay.
You understand? So it's on the book.
Right.
You know, they give them land until right now, not too long ago. The Polish, you know, the Polish TV, you know, went in Haiti.
Okay.
Because what's happened is you find, you know, a black, you know, with, you know, I mean, green eyes, you understand? At that at that
Right,
section, you
right,
understand? They call
right,
it Kazal,
right.
you understand? And a lot of them, you know, understand a little bit Polish,
Yeah.
but they mix, you understand?
Okay.
They mix, you know, like that, and then, you know, it seems like, you know, the Polish TV, you know, I mean, you know, or what you call, you know, it was a government TV. You know, every country
Okay.
got, you know, I
Right,
mean,
right,
government
right.
TV, and then, you know, they went, you know, right there, and then, you know, they brought it, you know, to Poland, and then, you know, it seemed like, you know, a lot of Polish know that right now, but a lot of them don't know too, or don't want to know. Now, you know what I mean.
All right. Earlier on, you had mentioned about Polish settlers in Haiti.
No, they were no settler.
They were not settlers.
No.
They were soldiers.
Soldiers, yes. They make a deal with Napoleon. They come, you know, in Haiti with the delegation of 25,000, you know, soldiers. They were
Okay.
soldiers.
Okay. Was that during the Haitian Revolution?
That's why I tell you that, you know,
Okay.
1802.
Were they Polish Jews or just Polish people?
We cannot establish, you know, if they were, you know, Poland is not, you know, I don't know, but I don't think
Yes.
they were Polish Jews. Because Poland, you got to understand that,
Yeah.
is majority of them are Catholic. Roman Catholic.
Okay.
You understand? So, you know, it seemed like, you know, when they came, you know, with Napoleon, but they had problem with Napoleon before.
Okay.
You got to understand that because they keep fighting for Napoleon. You know, Napoleon, you know, had, you know, a lot of problem, you know, in Europe.
Right.
You understand? So, you know, every time, you know, Napoleon, you know, try to engage, you know, or to invade, you know, one country, you always got, you know, a lot of soldiers who are non-French.
Okay.
You understand? They make a deal with them.
Right.
So, you know, when, you know, they were going to, he said that, you know, in 1800, you know, he lost Haiti.
Okay.
But you got to understand that the plan of Napoleon is to send those soldiers and then take the country and then march to right here because they had Louisiana.
Oh, they had Louisiana.
They had Louisiana.
Oh.
You got to understand. That's what make him sell Louisiana.
Oh.
And you got to understand the way it was. The Congress didn't send, you know, I mean, their delegation, you know, to buy all Louisiana. It's a port of Louisiana. When they tell you about Louisiana pushes, you know what is it? It's about 17 states.
Okay.
Those states, you know, as you going from east to west, they're bigger.
Okay.
They're bigger.
Okay.
Think about that. You could put something like, you know, probably, you know, what is right there, you should put, you know, probably 3,000 Haiti.
Okay.
You understand the superficie of it?
Right.
You understand that what they call, you know, pushes of Louisiana. A lot of people think it's the port, but the Congress, they wanted the port.
Okay.
Because the port, you know, they got so many money coming right there.
Yeah.
So, you know, it seemed like, you know, they lobby, you know, to buy it. They didn't want to sell it. You understand?
Yeah.
So when the plan come, you know, he lost Haiti. Okay. You understand? So, you know, he said that, you know, he said the port. The port was going to sell for $10 million.
Right.
He asked for 15 million to sell them, you know, all those 17 states.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes,
17 states
yes.
for $15 million.
$15 million.
So those Polish, you know, were soldiers, you know, for this fighting for France, you know, right there.
Right.
But you got to understand that we got a lot of, you know, people, you know, I mean, people who are, you know, soldiers in Haiti. I mean, you know, colonel, general. You understand? They read a lot and then they learn a lot. So they figure out, you know, it seemed like, you know, there wasn't, you know, I mean, you know, the problem, you know, those soldiers, you know, got, you know, with, you know, Napoleon. Okay. So since they were farmers, and a lot of them were farmers, and then they offered them, you know, if they want to stay in Haiti, they're going to give them land, and they give them land.
And they became Haitian nationalists.
Yeah, they became Haitian nationalists.
So all these different people now, the French,
exactly.
the
That's
Spanish,
what I tell you. You remember what I told you? That is a melting pot.
So they're all assimilated. They have one big melting pot.
We never talk about, you know, a lot of Africans ask me that, you know, sometimes they ask me for the tribe. We say, no. Stop, you know, right there. We got probably around 27 tribes who come from West Africa.
Okay,
but we talk about, you know, we talk about Congo, we talk about this, we talk about that, but we never divide them.
Right,
because we stay together like the Haitian.
Okay.
We Haitian.
So it's no longer different tribes.
No. It's Haitian.
Everybody's Haitian.
The problem we got political problem.
Right.
That's what we got.
Right.
A lot of political problem.
Right.
But it's not problem with the tribe.
Okay.
Understand? We don't got that problem.
Okay. So tell me, friends, what part of Haiti did you grow up?
I come from the capital, you know.
From the capital?
Port-au-Prince, yes.
Port-au-Prince.
Yes.
Okay. You went to school in Port-au-Prince?
Port-au-Prince, yes.
Okay.
And when I come right here, I went to college, you know, right here.
Yeah, what college did you go
to? Community College.
Okay.
Yes.
When you were growing up in Haiti, what was life like, you know?
It was, you know, to tell you the truth is, you know, it cannot be happier than that. You understand?
Yeah.
You don't got that much. You're not rich, but you know it seems like you play football, you play whatever you know you want to play. You know right there, and then you know there was a type of they protect they protect
right.
the children.
Okay, they protect the children.
The children. So you know that they got their political thing right there, but you're not affected. You understand?
Yeah. What kind of lifestyle did your parents have? Were they farmers, business?
No. My they are mission. You understand? And then I got to tell you that it seemed like lately we had somebody in the family who become politician. And then they send him to study in France.
In France?
Yes, they sell him to study. And then when he came right there, he was I got a reason I cannot give you
Okay.
the name. You understand?
Okay.
So that means we were, you know, what you call middle class, you know.
Middle class.
Yeah, middle class over there.
Okay.
You know what happened? At that period, you don't need to be rich, you know, to feel rich in Haiti.
To feel
And
rich.
that's the way it was. You understand?
Right,
That's the way
right.
it was. You understand? You know, you got a lot of, they got a lot of plant, you know, you got mango, you got fig banana, you got, you know, what you call, you know, you got rice, you know, you got bean, you got all those things, you understand? I mean, you know, they're not free, but very cheap.
They're available.
Very cheap because because what's happened, the government, you know, at that time, you know, spend money to help the farmer.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that means, you know, the food, you know, was, you know, very, very, very cheap. You understand? I had a friend who bring me place. You understand? Which is, you know, I could, if I want, I could not get place to put mango to bring, you know, to the Port-au-Prince.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
It seemed like that's the way it was. You understand?
So do you have a lot of siblings growing up?
Yes, I got a lot of brother and sister, but my mother got only me.
Okay.
But my father, you know, got a lot of them.
Okay.
And then 5 of them are artist pen.
Artists?
Yeah, because what's
Okay.
happened is, you know, we got, you know, somebody, you know, who was, you know, he was a painter.
Okay.
And his name is right there. His
Right.
name is Roland Oseli. And then, you know, he was so good. They give them a scholarship, you know, to study in France. In France.
Okay, yes.
So that means, you know, you could say that, you know, a lot of authors, my brother, you know, and they look at, you know, I mean, the way the art is, you know, where it could bring you, and then, you know, they just. But myself, you know, I like camera, I like photography. I like photography.
I see you get very animated when you speak about your work.
Yeah, because what's happened is, it seems like, you know, every type of work, you know, I just finished in a work, you know, for a designer, you know, right now, you know, the designer who got a shop, you know, in Manhattan.
Right.
And it seemed like, you know, she said that, you know, it seemed like she said that, you know, she saw my work, but she want to know, she want to see, you know, how I do with her model.
Okay.
And then, you know, it seemed like, you know, I make a deal, you know, with them, which is, you know, I'm gonna, you know, correct, you know, only 5 or 4 pictures. And then I went to that shop, we make an appointment, I went to that shop, sit down, and then I show her the 4 pictures. She tapped she said, I love you, I already love you. But at that, you know, I shoot probably 500 pictures.
Okay.
At that, you know, it was, you know, a thing, you know, they did in New Jersey. And they said they had a lot of model, a lot of them, a lot of, you know, summer clothes. As a matter of fact, I talked, you know, to the guy, you know, today. He was a lady, but, you know, the lady, you know, got the guy, you know, I friendly with me. This guy, you know, organized a lot of fashion show in Manhattan, you understand?
Yes.
So that's the guy, you know, I was talking to, you know, today, you know, which is how they gonna make it. Because he want to know, the magazine won't come, you know, for some picture, which is, you know, she don't choose them yet because she were waiting for first, you know, about, you know, what she were going to put, you know, in her website. Because what's happened, the way she want to do it, you can buy a cloth, you know, she's very, you know, what you will call, you know, very well known, you know, in Manhattan, around Harlem, which is, you know, she got a lot of, you know, what you will call a client, a lot of them. She want to point at the dress, you know, and then, you know, probably you not even need to come to the shop and then they send the dress to you.
But getting back to growing up in Haiti, what is the highest standard of education you could achieve in Haiti? Okay,
you got to understand that, you know, we got, you know, I will tell you something will make you a little bit, you know, that you know that, you know, we got engineering, we got, you know, what you will call medicine, and then can you imagine that, you know, is writing in the book, you don't need to spend 1 penny.
No.
Nope. But they don't got that much school. You understand?
Not many schools.
And then we got a lot of teachers in Haiti. As a matter of fact, we got a lot of teachers right now in Jamaica. We got, we got, you know, you remember that, you know, Congo, you know, had a problem, you know, with Belgium. You know, when Belgium got there? Yeah, Belgium got there. And then, you know, it seemed like, you know, when they asked for the independence, you know, they're fighting for the independence. They say, well, you have independence, and then, you know, they take all the technicians out. And you know what the Haitian did? The Haitian said that, you know, we're going to send you a teacher. They make a deal, you know, with UN. A lot of teachers, you know, went got there to teach them, you know, got there. That's the way they are. You understand? So we got, you know, a lot of, we got a lot of doctors, but they travel. You understand that, you know, I mean, outside is better. but they make them, you know, I mean, you know, right now, you know, they make them, you know, like I could say like a baby. In the sense of, you know, they got a lot of doctors, you know, in Haiti, you know, right now.
Right now.
But they travel, yes, they travel. You got to understand that, yeah, they will travel, you know. So they will go, you know, they start, you know, with the government, and after that they will travel, not coming back. And then they will do, you know, another, you know, promotion, you know, that day again. Another promotion, you know, that day.
So Haiti is also experiencing that brain drain where the professionals tend to leave to go.
Yes, because you got to understand that, you know, they got it, you know, they little bit, you know, they pay a little bit, you know, better than, you know, our resource, you know, in Haiti. And then what they go, you know, right? But they make them, I could tell you that, you know, they make them, you know, so fast. You understand? I don't know how fast, you know, they make them, you know, like that. We got so much teacher, you know, right now. Because what's happened is, you know, according, you know, to the French education, you know, the mother, you know, cannot eat. He can send the kid to school. He can give the kid, you know, to eat, you know, before you know, he or she, you know, this or the father, you know, eat. So that tradition, you keep going until right now.
Because there's that emphasis on education.
Education, yes, education. So that means, you know, that what make it. I don't say that, you know, we got a lot of people who are not educated too, in a sense. So I will not want to say that, you know, is only, you know, the one who educate. So we got a lot of them who not educate. But you know, it seems like, you know, they could emphasize, you know, with education.
Okay. All right. I wanna move on to education. Do you think that art is taught sufficiently in Haitian schools? Do you think they address art and the Haitian culture sufficiently in the Haitian
I
schools?
could tell you that, you know, it's like, you know, it wasn't, I could say that it's not sufficient. But the Haitian learn it from Frantz. And then they got organization too for the art. You understand? A lot of small organizations, they private. You understand what happened? So that, you know, how, you know, they multiply.
So you think there are sufficient vehicles in Haiti to keep the perpetuation of Haitian culture going strong?
They gonna continue it. You understand?
Good.
Because you got to understand that, you know, like I told you that, you know, you took the independence, you know, after the America. 1804.
1804. And first Caribbean nation.
Exactly. Not first Caribbean. First nation. I mean, you know, there wasn't God in Africa. There wasn't none of them in Asia. You understand? There wasn't. You understand? So after the American take it, I mean, fight for the independence. And we could say that we help the Americans too.
Some Haitians.
You saw that? Fought, you know, right here. You understand? They fought right here. And then, you know,
I think Henry Christophe was a popular.
He was one of them too. You understand? He was one of them who came right here. You understand? Around 1,000, you know, come. But, you know, now you tell yourself, why this thing is not, you know, all over, you know, right here. But, you know, you got to understand, when they came, you know, they came, you know, what you call in the banner of France, because at that time they didn't get the independence. It was 1779. You understand what I mean? So they came right there, and then, you know, it seemed like, you know, what you will call is, you know, it seemed like, you know, you know, the movie Lost in Translation. He lost in translation. You understand? But we brought it in the book. And there is another thing, you know, I would like to tell you too. Around, you know, before, you know, 1820, there was a type of, you know, repatriate, you know, and it seemed like, you know, the American, you know, was, you know, finance, you know, for a lot of black, you know, to go back to Africa. To Africa. And then to start Liberia. Our president at that time make a declaration. Why you should go all the way to Africa? You could come to Haiti. We will give you land. 6,000 of them go to Haiti. Can you imagine that, you know, there was, you know, two agencies, one in New York, one in Philadelphia. Agency to bring black people in Haiti.
To Haiti. I didn't know that.
Yes, it's right here. You understand? So that means, you know, it seems like, you know, we help the world a lot. You understand? So, in a sense of, you know, we got a war deal. It wasn't a good deal.
Well, he didn't like the reward.
No, it was a war deal. So, in a sense of, I tell myself that, it seemed like, I got to open a small window for the world, to see the other side of Haiti. In a sense, we got our problem. I cannot say that, I mean, we don't got the problem. We got our problem. In a sense, mostly political problem.
Yes. I want to address some of your
my work, yes.
I see these bevy of beauties right here.
Yeah. So
tell us a bit about.
Yeah, they are models. You understand?
They're models.
They are models, and then it seems like this culture, this culture, I took it in one Ukrainian museum. You know what I'm saying?
Ukraine.
Yeah, museum right here.
Right here?
Right here.
Okay.
Yes. So they are, model. You could say that.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes,
and then, after, I finished
the cat.
Beautiful. Yeah. After they finish the catwalk, I asked them, to pose, for me. You understand?
Okay.
I put them in one place.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So, the designer name is Elena. She come from Ukraine. Yes, Ukraine.
Okay.
That's the one, organize, that.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I noticed that this picture
that's the book.
Is the cover.
That's the cover.
And it is
I make autograph of myself and the doctor. Yes, because we did it together. Yeah, we did it together. So it's a photo of the cover of the book. And I put it on canvas.
Okay.
Yes.
And I don't know. Are we getting a good shot of this one, Michael Douglas over here? Explain what you did with this Michael Douglas.
What happened is, it seemed like, there was a time, I was photographing a lot of celebrity. A lot of them.
Okay.
I mean, Robert De Niro, El Pacino, Robin Williams, you understand, Whoopi Goldberg, you understand, a lot of them.
Okay.
I was photographing. And then, when I take the picture, it was a little bit boring, for me to show the picture, like that.
Okay.
So it seemed like, I learned, how to put, at that time. Right now is, very, very easy.
Right.
But at that time, it was a long time ago. Yeah. And then, I learned, to put them in canvas. And then, just put, type of, this is a type of acrylic. You understand?
Okay.
I mean, I put, in the front, with
are we getting a good shot of?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas. But, I got a lot. It seemed like, probably I got 25 or 30 different, celebrity, I photograph.
What personal effect did you put on the photo?
Yes, the personal effect, is a type of, acrylic.
Acrylic.
And a type of acrylic. Especially they make it, for that.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
But the picture is on canvas.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
You call it, in French, photo on canvas. Mixed media.
Mixed media.
Yes, mixed media.
If you wanted to say something to the Haitian people in Creole, what would you say? But I'm gonna ask you what you said it again. what would you say?
I would say hello, Frantz, essayer pour présenter culture tout le monde entier. Et c'est positive side of Haiti.
The positive
side of Haiti.
En anglais. Positive side.
No,
yes.
Positive is already the same in French. You understand? Positive, yes. Positive type of Haiti.
Yes. Right. Very good. For Haitian children here, would you encourage them to go to school, return to Haiti?
I encourage them, I mean, to for the family, to talk about the culture, because it seems like you could say that there's only one Haiti. It's not because I'm Haitian, to tell you that. Okay. Understand? And anybody, I mean, I spoke, to a lot of. You got to understand that, when I tell you the book is 156 countries, I had to meet with those ambassadors.
Yeah.
Understand? Of the consulate, you understand? Sometimes it's the mission, you understand? I got to meet with them. I talk to them, understand? And I could tell you that, a lot of them understand, understand what Haiti means. And can you imagine that, can I tell you that too? Can you imagine that, Haiti just joined, what you call, African Union?
The African Union.
You understand what?
Yes.
They just joined the African Union?
Yes.
Now, you know what that means?
Yes.
It's not in Africa. But it seems like, they got something with Haiti.
Right.
You understand?
Right. But well, the Haitian culture is rich, I think, in terms of keeping a lot of the African culture alive.
Yes. Yeah. Because of, it seems like, they've been suffering a lot. Suffering a lot before they got the independence.
Right.
And then it seemed like, you know, after they got it, when they taste it,
Yeah.
they love it.
I love it.
And then they say that, you know what declaration, you know, they make?
Yeah.
They say that, you know, the president of Haiti at that time, they say that, you know, if you black, no matter where you are, no matter what country you are, you got a problem, you could come to Haiti, we can, you know, receive, you know, with two hands.
Okay.
And they did it.
And they did
You understand? They did it.
Right.
They receive, you know, they receive Simon Bolivar.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? You didn't even know that. We give, you know, Libya independence.
Libya.
You don't even know that.
No.
Yes, it's not right here, but you know, it seemed like, you know, we give it independence.
But you know, sitting here speaking to you, you're saying that you've met with all these different ambassadors in all these different countries. How do you manage to get around? Is your budget provided in part by
No, but I met them right here.
Oh,
not going. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Like, that's why I told you about the consulate, and then I tell you about, you know, I didn't go, you know, to meet them.
Oh,
right
so
there.
they actually made sure that it.
Right here.
Okay.
But when I tell you, you know, I travel, another time, you know, before the book.
Before the book.
Before the book, yes, yes. I traveled before the book. But I met them right here because I want that book, you know, to be, let's say that, you know, I want that book, you know, to be, you know, in National Library of Jamaica.
Right.
First, you know, I will send an email, you know, to Jamaican Library.
Okay.
In Jamaica.
In Jamaica.
And then I will send an email, you know, to the your consulate right here, or your ambassador right here. You understand? So I make it, you know, is there a lot of come and go? That's why, yes, that's why it takes until everything is agreed.
Right.
And then what they do is they bring the book to the Jamaica.
Okay.
You understand? Yes.
Okay. So when you've managed to get this book in all of the libraries in all of these countries, what's next for Monsieur Frantz Michaud?
Okay, that's what I'm doing right there, doing photography. You understand? Doing photography. Because you got to understand that it takes 10 years. 10 years, you know, it seems like, you know, you know what's happened?
Yeah.
The mother, you know, pass, you know, 7 months with the baby.
Yeah.
But we passed 10 years with that baby to coming out. And then you could say that, you know, it wasn't easy. Okay. So I don't know what will happen. You understand? You never know. God knows what will happen.
Right.
But in order, you know, to go for another book again, I mean, I would like to go to very high caliber. So I will not want to play around.
Right.
So it's very, very difficult. It's expensive. Very expensive.
So when you weigh the costs and the labor, the input into this book, are you satisfied with your work? Have you satisfied that you've done your work well?
Yes, I will tell you why.
Yes.
Let's see, I don't got no money. I'm a poor guy. Let's see, I got $10 million.
Yes.
I give it to Haiti.
Right.
They do a canteen. You understand what canteen mean, right? Canteen is a type of, you know, what you will call, you know, where, you know, for the kids to go eat.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So this $10 million, you know, will go like that, right?
Right.
Now, I spend less,
yeah,
very less to do the book.
To do
about $250,000.
Okay.
To do that project. Think about that. What inside? You just tell me what you got inside, and then I give it to 156 countries.
Right.
And then I put it, you know, in one place. It's not only for the intellectual to see it.
Yes.
Anybody who are, you know, in high school, I mean, baby, you could read, they could bring you to the library of that country to see that. For me, is very powerful. When they say to show my culture, to show the other side, to tell them a little bit, you know, about Haiti. You understand? So if you say that, you know, if I am benefits, you know, that's the benefits. You understand? To show the culture. You understand?
Yes. Okay. Anything else you want to say about the book?
I could say that, you know, anybody, you know, who will want, you know, to buy the book, they could go, you know, to my web, you know, www.frantzmichaudphotography.com, and they could go to Amazon too. Amazon got it.
Okay.
Amazon got it. And I will repeat again. www.frantzmichaud.com, or go to Amazon. It's an Amazon.
Okay. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Monsieur Frantz, Michaud, Dr. Jean Robert Leonidas, Colorful Dreams of Haiti. And today we are interviewing Monsieur Frantz Michaud, photographer at large, most experienced, much traveled, and most passionate about his work depicting Haitian culture. And the last words for the viewers, the Haitian people, anything you would like to say?
I would like to say that, for the Haitian, to try to read the book, because the book is in Haiti.
Yeah.
It's in our national library in Haiti.
Okay.
And then, they got a copy in museum, Mipana, they call it in Haiti.
Okay.
Mipana, they will know what I'm talking about.
And I would like to repeat that it's bilingual because it's written in both French and English. So whoever wants to pick up a copy should not be worried that they can't read it if they don't speak French.
Yes.
What is the national language of Haiti?
For Haiti, right now, they got French and they got Creole in national language. You understand?
Okay.
So you got to understand that, in the sense of, they speak the Creole. But, it used to be like, everything going in with French.
Okay.
So, by a lot of pressure from organization,
yes,
they say that, you got to, they got to put, at least, half and half Creole and French. So that means, that's what you got in Haiti, right now.
Yeah,
French and Creole. And then a lot of them speak Spanish too because of Santo Domingo close to their day.
Yes.
Understand? Yes, a lot of them speak Spanish. Okay. I don't speak Spanish myself, but a lot of them speak Spanish.
Are there any projects that you're currently working on?
Yes. What's happened is, it seems like, I've been working, with a lot of designers. You understand?
Okay.
So, I developed things, with them, I went to their show and then, photograph, the catwalk, you understand?
Okay.
So,
fashion shows.
Yeah, fashion shows, a lot of them. And then, it seemed like, I got a studio too. And, I will photograph, anything they want to put in the web. I mean, very professionally. Thing they want to put in the web. And there is one thing I just discovered. I got to tell you that. Last year, at the end of last year, I discovered, something they call it, steampunk.
Steampunk.
You never know about that, right?
No.
You know about it, right? So when I discovered it, I saw, one person, in New York, and then I approached him, and then, he was so happy. I never see it. You know what's happened? You saw steampunk. All of you see steampunk all the time, but you never know if it's steampunk. So that means, it seemed like, and then he told me that, he told me they're going to get the convention, and then, it seemed like, I just come from the convention. When I say just come from, I passed, 3 days in New Jersey, I come out, with 3,000 pictures. So that's what I'm working on. Okay. There is few things, if I show you, and then you can, myself, I pick myself to say, wait, because that's the thing, when you're a photographer, that's what you are looking for. Right. You're looking for something very rare.
Very,
and then
very
I
unique.
saw them, that they're too happy for me to take their picture. Oh. You understand? And then, I end up, I tell you that for the 3 days, around 3,000 pictures. So that day when, I'm very eager into just, because you got to do, when you're taking a picture, this is what you call is a capture.
Yeah, you capture
but
the
you
moment.
got to, you got to show, because since I come from, a family of artists, I got 5 body artists, man.
Okay.
I got from a family of artists. I don't approach it, when I take a very good look at you, I see a tableau in front of me. So there will be things, right there. I'm gonna take them out, when I try to bring the picture. You understand? Yeah. So that's what the designer lack with me. You understand? I will take it, and then I will take, people out. When I take, show it your picture. When I took that picture, there was a lot of light, there was a lot of things. I just take them out.
I'm so surprised.
Yes, I took them out.
Can we get that picture over here? Can we get it? Are we gonna hold it? Wow.
This is that him. Yes.
When can you get me in one of those pictures?
When I photograph you. Yeah, when I photograph you. You understand? When I photograph you.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah.
Yeah, but the finish, the megapixel is excellent.
Yeah, because you got, that's why, you know, I mean, you know, differentiate a professional with an amateur.
Right.
You understand? I remember what I told you. When you take the picture, it's capture. So whatever I want you to see,
right,
that's where I bring it.
Okay.
You understand? You could say his face, you understand, the girl face, you understand, everything, you know, right there. So that's what, you know, I bring out.
Okay.
That's what, you know, I saw when I taking the picture.
Right.
So I got to bring it out.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful. Excellent. If we, the rest of the world, were to assist the Haitian people to make some progress, what do you think the Haitian people would require most of all in order for them to advance?
To advance, you know, it seems like, you know, he got to be, you know, friendship, you understand? We got a lot of, you know, friendship, you know, with the Caribbean community.
Okay.
I mean, you know about the organization, you know?
Yes.
For Caribbean, we got a lot of, you know.
Are you in a character?
Not Kafta, they call it, you know.
Okay.
They call it, I forgot the name, but, you know, I could say short, they call it Caribbean Community.
Okay.
It's an organization, like, you know, UN.
Okay.
But, you know, it's like that, you know, for only the Caribbean.
Yeah.
We had, you know, a lot of, you know, we got friendship, you know, with them. And then, you know, we got, you know, what you will call, you know, a lot of, you know, what you will call, you know, collaboration, you know, with
collaboration.
Them. Yes, a lot of collaboration. Sometimes you don't need collaboration with money, but people understand you. You talk to them and then they see your thing. Sometimes they cannot give you much, but the support, you know, they give you is better than money.
Would you say that the majority of the population is involved in agriculture? How do they manage to earn, you know, their living?
From the agriculture?
In Haiti, yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, it seems like, you know, you got to understand that it's not only agriculture, you know, they got that there, but I don't know, you know, who's talking about agriculture before or agriculture right now.
No, well, basically what I want to know is how do the people survive? Is their main form of survival agriculture?
I understand.
Yeah.
You see, there was, you know, much support before, you know, the government, you know, give much support to the farmer. So the problem we got in Haiti, you know, right now, is that if we import too much thing, we should use, you know, the local product.
Right.
Can you imagine that, you know, Mercedes they got in Haiti?
Okay.
You know how much Mercedes cost? You know, Mercedes, you know, you tell yourself that, you know, I don't say that people should not buy it, but it's too much.
Okay.
You understand? It's too much. You understand? It's not only Mercedes. You know, I don't want, you know, to badmouth, you know, Mercedes. You understand? But, you know, it seems like, you know, you got to understand that, you know, a lot of money should go, you know, to help, you know, you know, the farmer. Right. You understand? Because they helping them before. Before it was, you know.
So you need some reallocation of the resources so all the people benefit.
Yes.
Okay.
You understand?
All right. Well, there you have it. Once again, big book, important book. Mon ami, Monsieur Frantz Michaud. Pleasure. C'est un plaisir.
C'est un plaisir.
My French is not bad.
No, it's good. No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
And I see that, you know, you're eager, you know, to learn it.
Yes,
you understand? This is very good. You understand?
Yes,
this is very good. Maybe after you learn it, you're going to learn it too.
I'll have to teach. Yeah. So, thank you very much. Thank you for your information. Thank you for your wonderful book. Yeah. And this has been Trading Photos. Producer Akinelli Stephen, the camera crew, John and the crew, and once again, Monsieur Frantz.
I will say thank you, you know, for your viewer. I thank you for you too, and then I say thank you, you know, with you. What your name?
John.
John. Okay, John. You know, thank you very much.
Man, it's been a pleasure, man.
Yes.
You know, magnifique.
Yes, magnifique. Yes, magnifique.
Trading Photos.